In today's video, we are taking a deep dive in comparing the Canon EF 85mm aperture 1.2 luxury lens by Canon, as well as the Canon RF 85mm aperture of 2 luxury lens. I am actually going to be doing kind of like a back and forth where we do some outside comparisons as well as some inside home comparisons. Really, we're just going to be popping back and forth between a park in Tennessee, which we live near, as well as just like at home, me sitting here talking about different things about these two lenses and kind of how they work. Specifically in this video, we are going to have these two lenses. One of the lenses, the EF mount will be on the Canon 5D Mark IV, and then the RF mount will be on the R6 Mark II. And we are really just gonna test these two lenses, really just to see how they compare. And ultimately the question is the RF 85mm aperture of 1.2 luxury lens by Canon, is that worth the high price tag that it has? And obviously we'll have all these pieces of equipment linked down below in the description for you as always. And so we're gonna get right into this video, really just like seeing which lens is better and seeing like which one you want to get for your business and whatever photography you are doing. So we're gonna start by just hopping outside.
Okay, we are right here outside at a park in Tennessee to do this little behind the scenes portion of the video. So what we were doing first is I'm just like feeling the weight comparison of these two lenses. Now the 85 RF version is very heavy, I would say, but I also feel like it's not too heavy to hold. Like I feel like I'm used to it now, so I can handle it, but it definitely is a lot bigger in size comparison to the EF 85 lens. I'm against aperture 1.2. That's kind of like one caveat of it, is a very big lens because it has a lot of extra glass inside of it. In the other portion of the video, I will say the weight of each of the lenses so that you know exactly how much they weigh. So that is kind of the first part, is just like figuring out how to shoot with these lenses with the weight difference, but especially because the 85 RF is on the R6 Mark II mirrorless camera body, I feel like it's actually both different lenses on the different camera bodies are actually pretty comparable, because right now I have the EF 85 on the 5D Mark IV and the RF 85 on the R6 Mark II. When I feel them both, so this is the RF one right here, this one's a little heavier, but this one over here is honestly not that much lighter. I feel like they're both very similar in weight comparison total, so it feels very evenly distributed when I have it on me like this. Okay, so the first thing we are testing between these two lenses is the clarity of these lenses. All I'm doing is just taking a picture of Daniel standing here looking cool in the camera, cute or something, whatever, okay. So I'm just gonna take a quick photo of him just standing here. And again, like this spot is honestly kind of dark, but we were just trying to get away from like people at the park, so. I'm literally just taking like quick little photo. That was with the RF 85 and this one is with the EF 85. We are just taking this, and all we are going to be doing is side-by-side comparison of him standing there and with the different lenses here. The next thing that we're going to be doing, we'll be doing a side-by-side comparison when I'm back at my house, just to like see the difference in clarity between these two lenses. So the next thing that we are testing is the speed of these two lenses. So we are going to start off with the RF 85 on the mirrorless Mark II camera, R6 camera. I'm actually going to have Daniel walk backwards, and then I'm going to have you come back. The first time, I just want you to walk normally, and the second time, we're going to add a little more speed. So, and I am literally just going to leave my settings the same. So we're just go ahead, start walking. So we're just kind of walking, and this is on the RF again. The gist is we're just going to see if I'm a good photographer and can take photos or not. Now we're just going to see how well this camera body captures motion, or the lens. Okay, so he's going to go back again. You're just going to walk again, just walking, kind of the same speed as before. And now I'm doing it on the EF version of the 85. I can already feel the RF already feels faster to me than the EF. The EF just feels a little like laggy, like it still kind of captures it, but I already kind of just feel that RF feels faster when it comes to taking portraits. Now I'm gonna speed up my shutter speed to 500 on both camera bodies with the lens, and then Daniel's gonna, might want to go back a little further because you're maybe like a little jog type of thing, and I'll give me a second to get ready here. Okay, and this is on the RF. All right, go ahead. Yeah, so I can already feel the RF feels so much. It feels just so fast. And like as I'm looking at them, they look really good, and he's running. Okay, so now go back again. We're gonna do this on the EF 85mm on the 5D Mark IV now. That's what we're doing next. I'm having to up my ISO just a little bit because it's getting a little dark out now. All right, Daniel, go ahead. Just kind of your light jog again. I can just feel the lag of the, I can feel the lag. It's so funny. It can capture it. There's definitely more softer images on this one. So that's something to keep in mind, is that I can definitely tell that the RF 85mm aperture 1.2 on the Canon R6 Mark II is so much faster than the Canon EF 85mm on the 5D Mark IV. At home, I'm going to be doing a comparison how it does in outdoor lighting situations as well as indoor lighting situations, so like wedding receptions versus outdoor lighting situations, comparing these two lenses. Daniel and I just did a wedding where he was shooting on the 85 at the wedding day outside, and I was shooting with the 85 RF. So Daniel had the EF 85 and I had the RF 85 on a wedding day, and so we got a lot of outdoor portraits like that. Daniel was also using the 85 EF during the wedding reception, right? Pretty sure we were. You were, yes. He's like, yes, I was. So we have photos of the 85 EF during a wedding reception and the RF 85 during a wedding reception, so we can compare all that. I will say, like right now, I know that the 85 RF does so much better in wedding receptions than the EF 85mm. It's just the RF version works really good in low light situations. And I also think it was better being on the mirrorless camera body as well, because when we were at the wedding, Daniel had the EF 85 on the 5D Mark IV, which was not the mirrorless camera body.
I just want to say real quick how much I love the RF 85mm during wedding receptions. I really just think the images look so good even when I am not using flash. I actually think it's insane, like the image quality on the R6 Mark II with the RF 85mm aperture 1.2. I'll show a few on the screen of what I mean, but the quality of these images when not using flash has really just blown me away as a photographer. And so I also just love using the RF 85mm for bridal portraits and romantic portraits on wedding days. The colors really just pop so much, and it's so sharp, so bright, so vibrant, just absolutely stunning. I also want to just quickly mention the weight of these two lenses kind of while we are inside here. First of all, the Canon EF 85mm aperture of 1.2 luxury lens by Canon weighs 2.25 pounds. Not too heavy, but also kind of hefty, just a little bit hefty. And then the Canon RF 85mm aperture of 1.2 luxury lens by Canon weighs approximately 2.63 pounds. So as you can tell, 2.25 pounds versus 2.63 pounds. Honestly, 0.4 pounds different, however you want to say there are ounces. I don't know, maybe 0.4 ounces different. Maybe that's the correct way to say it. I'm not entirely sure. I'll just put these two up on the screen, these two weight comparisons. So the RF lens is slightly heavier, but really not by much. I'm actually pretty surprised that these two lenses are really similar in weight. All right, let's go back outside and discuss the cost of the RF lens.
Is the Canon RF 85mm aperture 1.2 worth the high cost? So first of all, based upon like shooting, and I've used it at several weddings so far. I've also used the 85 EF version at several weddings so far, and so I feel like I've used both these two lenses enough to kind of understand what they're good at and what they're not good at. I would say that the 85 RF one is definitely worth the higher cost. So if you have the funds to be able to purchase it, I would definitely suggest it over the EF 85mm lens, because it is way faster and in my opinion works way better in low light situations, especially on a wedding day. For example, at our wedding receptions, I've been like photographing with the R6 Mark II with the RF 85 lens on here and not been using flash all the time, and I actually feel like the quality of the images are really good. Sometimes I think the quality of the images come out almost better than the Canon 5D Mark IV with the 50mm aperture of 1.2 with a flash on it. That says a lot about how this mirrorless camera body with the 85 RF lens works on it. I just think that it is a really solid setup for wedding days, that you can literally get away without flash during wedding reception. Now, you would not be able to do a sparkler send off necessarily. I think you still really need flash for a sparkler send off, although I have not tested doing a sparkler send off without flash with this setup right here, the RF 85 and the R6 Mark II that I have here. We should try it next wedding. I should give you this camera, have you do this, and I'll use flash. We should test it out. That'd actually be a fun thing just to see what would happen. If you have the funds for the RF version of the 85, I highly recommend it. I think it is an amazing lens and I personally love it, and when I can afford it, I want to get it. Currently, I'm still renting it for weddings. When I'm able to afford it, I think I definitely will want to add it to my collection of lenses. It's a Canon EF 85mm aperture 1.2 lens. Is it good enough because it has a lower cost? I think that it still works really good. If you cannot afford the RF version of this lens, then I would definitely still suggest the EF version of the lens, because it still gets that really amazing bokeh on wedding days and like family sessions. I would just say it's not quite as fast as the RF version is, and it doesn't maybe do quite as well in low light. Yeah, a little slower, so I said that speed. Those are kind of the two caveats, is that it can be slower and isn't quite as good in low light. But I'll be making a future video on comparing the EF 85mm lens to the RF 85mm lens, but they will both be on the R6 R6 Mark II camera body. That way we can really see the differences. I'm really curious to see if these two lenses being on the same exact camera body, the R6 Mark II, will actually change the quality that the 85 EF version can do, because when it's on the Mark IV, I feel like the Mark IV could actually also be affecting maybe the speed and the quality type of thing. So I'm very curious to see if we stick the EF version of the 85 on the R6 Mark II, if that will actually change the quality of photos that this lens can still produce. So that will actually be a future video coming out on my channel.
I just wanted to mention something here. I actually meant to do kind of even more of a comparison within the outdoor video, specifically comparing the Canon EF 85mm aperture f1.2 lens. I wanted to compare the speed of that lens to see if it would be different, whether or not it was on the Canon 5D Mark IV versus the Canon R6 Mark II. However, I realized when I was at this park in Tennessee, I realized I forgot my RF mount to EF mount adapter that I used to put the EF mount lens on the RF mount camera body, the R6 Mark II. And so because of this, I couldn't continue filming that portion of this video. So I apologize for that. So to fix this whole issue that I created, I will actually be creating another video using this EF 85 lens on both of these camera bodies, really just to see if the R6 Mark II actually makes this lens speed faster, or if this lens still has that lag that I noticed when it was on the 5D Mark IV. So I kind of hope that makes sense. If you are interested in seeing this like speed comparison for this particular lens, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That way you can be notified when this speed comparison for the 85 EF lens comes out, hopefully either this year in 2025 near the end, or early 2026 is when I hope I will be able to do this again. Stay tuned for that video when that does finally come out. All right, we're gonna hop back outside. We are now gonna go into talking about the noise differences that these two camera bodies make.
And the other thing we're gonna talk about is noise. I just wanna show you, this is super simple to see. This shutter is so much softer than the 5D Mark IV shutter. The R6 Mark II is basically just like, Daniel, stand there. You can kind of hear it through my lens like that. And then I also wanna show you on the R6 Mark II, I think it's the electronic shutter is even quieter, which is super duper cool, because on wedding days, okay, so right now that was the electronic first curtain shutter. I'm gonna show you the mechanical shutter to see if that has a difference. Mechanical shutter, okay, sounds about the same. Then we're gonna go electronic shutter, which cannot be used with flash, so keep that in mind. Oh my gosh, the electronic shutter is silent. I'm taking photos right now and you can't even tell. That is insane. I'm gonna switch it back to electronic first shutter, or first curtain, just so we have that like that. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the Canon 5D Mark IV and test out the shutter on this one. This one only has a mechanical shutter because it's not mirrorless. It's just a DSLR full frame camera body. I'm just gonna take a photo of Daniel. And as you can tell, definitely a lot more noise, super noisy, right? So that's crazy. Yeah, 5D Mark IV, R6 Mark II, just a little quieter. With the R6 Mark II, you can put it on electronic and it will be silent shutter, which could be great during a wedding ceremony if you want to not make any noise. A technical difference between these two camera bodies is that the R6 Mark II is a mirrorless camera body and it is much lighter in comparison to the 5D Mark IV. I have lenses on these right now, so I can't tell the exact difference, but up on the screen I'll have the weight difference. That's really nice that the mirrorless is lighter. I feel like it helps the overall weight in general. Lastly, I feel like the ISO range on these camera bodies are so vastly different, which is super cool. So first of all, the 5D Mark IV, it can go up to 25,600, but if you do that, you're probably going to introduce a ton of grain into your images. The R6 Mark II, the ISO can go all the way up to, this is insane, 102,400. That is bonkers. That is literally double what the 5D Mark IV can do. And no, I've never shot it at 102,400 ISO because I've never needed to do that. That is insane that it can do that, and maybe someday I'll have to test it out just to see like exactly what it can do. But I just know that with the mirrorless camera body, the ISO range allows for you to get to shoot in much more low light conditions, which is probably why at wedding receptions I can use this camera body with like a really good lens and get really good solid photos without flash at a wedding reception, which is saying something about a camera. So definitely recommend the R6 Mark II over the 5D Mark IV when comparing the ISO range.
Okay, yeah, so for noise comparisons, ultimately the R6 Mark II is so much more silent. I say that I probably do most of my shooting on mechanical when I'm using the R6 Mark II. I think you could use the electronic shutter maybe during a ceremony if you want to be totally silent. The only thing that I don't like about electronic shutter is that for me, I actually don't like not being able to hear when I take a photo. I actually like hearing some sound because that just like assures my brain that I actually am taking photos. When it's silent, it just makes me feel like I'm not taking photos, and that just freaks me out. But that's totally up to you whether or not you decide to use electronic shutter, electronic first curtain, or mechanical shutter on the R6 Mark II. But I do love how it is more silent, and the 5D Mark IV, that shutter is definitely louder because it's mechanical and has a lot more moving parts. That's really the reason why the noise differences between the shutters. And then I also just like how the Canon R6 Mark II has this massive ISO range that is insane, that really helps improve image quality at wedding receptions. I have noticed this dramatically. It's the reason why I like taking most of my reception images on my Canon R6 Mark II instead of my 5D Mark IV, because the images, the quality just really is that much better. It's really just so amazing. And then when you add flash, and always, you know, flash is always a good idea doing wedding receptions, it's just really, really good. So I highly recommend, don't be afraid to go up an ISO on the R6 Mark II. It'll probably be okay. Only use it when you have to, obviously. It just has a really cool ISO range. All right, now we're gonna hop outside to compare kind of like quality of how these lenses photograph when we're like up close. So like maybe like up close details, things like that. That's what we're gonna focus on next.
The last thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna compare close-up quality type comparison with these lenses. So I'm gonna start with the 85, basically. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take, maybe coming closer, I'm gonna take a close-up of his eye. Yes, his eye. What we're gonna do, that way we're gonna just see, I just wanna see the quality. My settings for shutter speed are gonna be 1/250, and then aperture is 2.8, and then actually no, we're gonna do aperture 2.2 because that'll be fun. And then ISO will probably be like 400-ish type of thing. And I just, okay, can you come further? Let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to focus this close. I lied, back up again. Too close. I just want to see the difference in like quality when we zoom into these images. So I'll be able to zoom into these images on the screen for you guys. That way you can see what the difference in like focus. So I think I did aperture 2.2 for that one. Yeah, so shutter speed's 250, aperture 2.2, and then ISO around 400. So we're keeping the settings the same for both these camera bodies. And I can already just see the quality on the R6 Mark II with the RF 85mm is so much better. Like literally, I just feel like it looks sharper. Like as I'm zooming in, I just feel like there's way more quality to the image than on the 5D Mark IV EF 85.
I hope you learned lots of good things by watching this comparison video between these two EF millimeter lenses by Canon. I honestly learned a lot while I was filming this. This video definitely took a lot of time to film and piece together, but I think it will be worth it for you guys. Let me know if you like this type of content, if you want to see more of this type of content. Comment below what you liked about it, or if you didn't like something about it was helpful to you, and if you learned something, tell me all about it in the comments. Ultimately, when I can, I plan to upgrade my EF 85 to the RF 85. That way I can always really just use this amazing lens at family sessions and on wedding days. That is probably one of my 2026 goals, is to start shooting on the RF 85mm, because I love the color, I love the vibrancy that this lens creates, and I love the speed and the quality during wedding reception. I just love it. It's just such an incredible lens. It's just definitely a hefty price tag. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So I'd say that the RF 85mm lens is definitely worth it if you have the cash for it. And if you want to know more about the secret zoom lens that all Canon photographers are talking about, you can click that video right here.